When you write a program for a project, that becomes the roadmap for how you expect the building to be built. You work out how long you think each task is going to take and where in the network of jobs that have to be done each stage or each step appears. Now, at the time you start the contract, that then becomes the master plan that you measure everything against, and you have to regularly update the program and report on progress against your planned methodology. Now that then creates two issues. At the start of the job, it's how you expect things to happen. Once you start the job, reality takes over and you have to report the actual events. So you may expect something to start on Monday and in reality it starts on Tuesday. You expect it to take 5 days and it takes 7 days. All of these things change the plan dynamically as you go, because as things change, say for example this task 1, if we're expecting it to take 5 days and it actually takes 7, by making that change, you see it changes the program, and what's planned changes with it, so that these things that are now identified in blue are the dates that have been changed just by changing that date. Now, as the job runs on for months, and I mean this is obviously just a very simple program that I've written just to illustrate the effects. As the job runs on, you have to report regularly and show how things have changed from your original program, which becomes your contract program. So you have to have a way of capturing what was originally intended and then showing what actual events have changed in the program. And the way you do this is by setting a baseline. Now, to show you what a baseline is, if I go into the project tab here and set a baseline, and I'm going to set the baseline for the entire project, and I click OK. That basically takes a snapshot of the project at the start, so that as things change, again, if this job actually took 7 days, you see as the program, the plan dates change because of actual events. The original baseline snapshot shows what was originally expected to happen. So this is the method of reporting. We take a snapshot at the start, and then the progress and the changes get compared to the baseline to show how things have changed. Now, if I just go out of this, and the way we report is basically, if I just change my view to a view that shows tracking, you'll see that this view has got additional columns added to it, other than what I was showing you before. Now, in order to talk you through what actually happens here, I'm going to remove the baseline so that I can show you what actually happens with the baseline when we create one. So in the set base, I'm going to clear it and clear the entire program. Now, here we go. So when we're tracking what's happening on the project once it's actually running, these are all our planned dates for when we expect things to happen. The baseline, as I said before, creates a snapshot of the start of the program where we expect things to happen. So if I turn on the baseline and set the baseline again for the entire project, you see immediately it copies what's in this yellow section here into here. Now, the next section, the green section here, you see is actual duration, actual start, and actual finish. And this is where we create the actual events that this is reality and update the program. So if I said with this one 7 days, it creates through, and you see it now, because I said the job took 7 days, it's assuming it started when it was supposed to, and it puts in the new calculated finish date, which pushes out against my original plan. You notice the plan dates change automatically then to reflect what's expected to happen now because of the logic, and it automatically updates, but the baseline is still showing the original dates, hence the different things we see here. The black bars are the original events, the orange is the new plan dates, and the green bar is showing actual progress. And once the job is actually running, when things actually start and when things actually finish are the really important things we need to know. So this job now, because of this job running late, It was originally expected to start on the 8th of March. It's now calculating as starting on the 10th of March, and let's say it actually starts on the 11th of March. And you see there straight away it moves it out a day, and let's say it finishes in 3 days. So I've cut the duration down to the actual duration, and it hasn't as yet given me an actual finish date, because even though I'm saying at the moment that the actual duration is actually 3 days, not 5, until I actually give it a final date, it won't take that duration, and because it will calculate the duration based on the final date I give it. So we start on the 11th, and basically if I say it finishes on the 16th, it's now recalculated there to show 4 days, and it's adjusted the program to suit. And this in a nutshell is the way you update the program to reflect reality and then report on progress. And as you can see now, just the changes we've made here for actual changes. If I was now reporting that today's date, we're currently running 2 days late on the program. Now, the job isn't finished yet. There is a chance that we can shorten up the time it takes us to actually do the work, and some works will start early, some works will start late. It's important to understand that the program itself isn't fixed. Once the program at the start is what you expect to happen, but reality then takes over. And at any point, at any given day in the program, some jobs will be running late, some jobs will be running early. Things will start late, things will start on time, or things will start early. They'll finish early, they'll finish late. That's what you're trying to capture, because that then gives you the true story of what's happening in the program, and the program will calculate the effects that actually mean that you can report accurately in terms of what's actually happening with the job. So if I move through, and now this job basically starts on the 17th and finishes on the 19th, and the job, you see, it's rejigging what's actually happening to reflect how things are going on the job, of what we expect, etc. If this job was expected to take 5 days and again takes 2, but I'm actually starting this final job early, you see, under the logic, this job shouldn't be able to start until the 22nd. But let's say we start it on the 19th and we get an early start. You can see now this little dotted line shows that it's in here, and that shows it started early, and it split the job, because at the moment it's still trying to maintain the original logic. It's only when I tell it when things actually finish, and let's say, so the 19th of March, say we finish it on the 23rd of March, it pulls the job forward, and it's now saying it's complete, and the project is complete at this point, so I'll mark that 100%, and this is where we actually finish up. So in this case now, this is showing that the job is finished 3 days ahead of schedule. So just going back to reiterate this, the baseline is the measuring stick that the job is measured against at the start. That's where your contract program said things were going to happen. This, although it says start and finish, should actually read planned start and planned finish, because these are elastic. These recalculate based on the actual events that are noted here, so that the program is always recalculating to give you a dynamically calculated finish date. So these are the actual events, and these are what were planned, and then when we're reporting on the variance between the two, of where things were planned to start, where they actually finish. In the following videos, we'll go into more detail about the reporting process. This is just to give you an understanding of how the system works.